The agent flinches when Rostova rips the hood from his head. The room is dim, but the agent has spent the last few days in darkness, blindfolded as he was shuttled between basements and transport trucks and freezing concrete cells. Even the sickly yellow glow of the single overhead bulb must feel like a spotlight, bright enough to make him recoil. Either that, or he had been anticipating a blow. The bare bulb overhead flickers, and all the shadows in the room jump like static on a television screen. The chair the man is chained to is bolted to the floor, so that when he starts to rock, wheezing with fear, it doesn't move with him. The metal cuffs dig into the raw skin at his wrists, his old wounds already weeping. His lips are chapped and crusted with badges of blood. Fresh streaks coat his teeth and run from his broken nose into his mouth. One eye is swollen so big it looks like a halved grapefruit has been shoved under his skin. Rostova steps back, surveying the agent without blinking as he drools and sobs. She had been a sniper on the Eastern Front and had spent the bloodiest days of the war lying motionless, covered in pine branches and buried in snow. Her breaths shallow and her heartbeat slow until the moment she squeezed the trigger. Now, stillness and silence remain her weapons. Only the battlefield has changed. When Rostova doesn't move, the agent starts to blubber in Russian, the blood and snot in his throat clotting his words. No one stays silent for long after weeks of isolation and waiting, no company but their own grisly imaginations. By the time they reach this room, a few seconds of Rostova's stillness are enough to send them tumbling, unprompted, into confessions. "Alexander Fedorov," Rostova says suddenly, and a strangled gurgle of surprise slips from the agent. He looks up at her, and she smiles, showing her teeth. "Can I call you Alex?" she asks in bright Russian. "Or Sasha? Does anyone call you Sasha? And yes, I know." She waves a hand at an objection he hasn't raised. "Alexander isn't your real name, but why not keep up appearances? You've come this far." Fedorov digs his feet into the tile floor, trying to push himself back in a chair that won't be moved. "Who are you?" he asks, his voice pitched. "KGB?" Rostova's smile widens. No, we're much worse." Fedorov's foot catches the drain in the floor, and he recoils from whatever slippery mess is still trapped there from the last man who had been chained to this chair. "I'm no one," he stammers, staring at the ground. "I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm a student. I don't know anything. You have the wrong man." "Now, we both know that's not true." Rostova tugs at one of her gloves, pulling it off, a finger at a time. "You work for MI5, don't you?" She flicks her eyes to Fedorov, but he is still staring determinedly down. "You've been in Russia a long time, but every mask slips eventually. Your mother, she was Russian. Your father was a British soldier. They kept in touch after he went back to England, and when you were old enough, he recruited you into his clandestine activities. You don't have to pretend," she says when Fedorov shakes his head. "He told us himself, before we shot him. Well, not us, the KGB. And remember, we are worse." She finishes peeling off the first glove and takes a step forward, letting the fingertips drag across Fedorov's greasy hair. "You should be so proud, Sasha. You've lasted much longer than he did." A sob shudders free from Fedorov. Rostova bends at the waist, peering into his face. "You have an assignment, don't you?" "That's exciting. Your first assignment. You've been waiting for, what, almost a year undercover? Do you want to tell me about it? Or where you were traveling?" Fedorov is trembling, the sweat and blood on his neck beading and sliding off. In the silence, each drop hits the tile with a plink, like the pulled pin of a grenade.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.